a prayer for me. It been a day for me. Yeah. Hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances, finessing on them with some counterfeits, but now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant lips, in fact I'm counting this. You say with my boo, they taste like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie girl with my face stuff. I know that it's good, won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break you down, we play Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem, you just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes phone. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest phone. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. Sit down. 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 Who that thinking that he frontin' on women? Get the off my stage, I'm the semen. Get the off my that ain't right. I make a play blowing up your whole life. I'm so sick and tired of the Photoshop. Show me something natural like Afro with your pride. Show me something natural. I wanna feel some stretch marks. Then I take you down right on your mama couch and polo signs. Hey, this is way too crazy. Hey, you do not amaze me. Hey, I'm blue cool from AC. Hey, oh my blood just pays me. Hey, I don't fabricate it. Hey, most of y'all be faking. Hey, I stay modest about it. Hey, she elaborated. Hey, this that great poupon, that AV on the TED Talk. Hey, watch my soul speak. You let the meds talk. Hey, if I kill it, it won't be the alcohol. Hey, I'm the realest, after all. Tell them be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Tell them sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
DEI.
Yeah, I was saying that my ire with Target is because it goes back before DI. Target headquarters is in Minneapolis, which, as we all know, is where George Floyd was murdered. And after the murder of George Floyd, they made a commitment of $2 billion to invest in the Black businesses that is due December of 25. So when it is that they pulled out of the DEI agreement in January, they also canceled their commitment of $2 billion. So that's the part one. Part two is that they are a publicly traded company and one of the few that does a demographic chart on spending. Black people spend $12 million, I hope y'all are ready for this, a day at Target. $12 million a day. And so Target is the first one that we're focusing on because of how many dollars are spent there and because of that absence of commitment to our community.
Wow. You're right. I had no idea. 12 million a day.
Yes.
So this fast, Dr. Bryant, what impact do you hope that this is going to have? And do you see it being, I mean, it's hard to predict these things, I know, but do you see more and more with the climate that we're in, more and more African Americans in particular joining this fast?
I asked with specificity when I made the call for Black Christians of consciousness to do the fast. And the reason why I did it is because this is the largest demographic of Black people, one, who don't go to church, and two, who ascribe themselves as atheists. The Black church's influence and impact in the present culture is so anemic that I wanted to model to the community that the Black church doesn't have its head in the sand, but is really being lifted up. So those 40 days of Lent is to synergize Black churches around the country to become engaged in what's taking place, and that we need our prayers and our support. Frederick Douglass said, I got more prayers answered when I got off my knees. So those 40 days are just the beginning of it, but it is a rallying cry for Black churches to really clear their throats and lift up their prophetic voice in the hour that we're in.
So I know that you are a part of the Black Church Pack.
Yes.
And so when we look at denominations like AME, CME, Church of God in Christ, has there been a response from those organizations to join in and support?
Yes, absolutely. It's been absolutely amazing. We just rolled out the fast at targetfast.org. It is our hope that 100,000 believers will sign up by Ash Wednesday, which is March 5th. And as of this morning, 50,000 people have signed in just 1 week. So the traction and the momentum is absolutely overwhelming, and I'm grateful.
Nice.
Dr. Bryan, some have maintained that corporate DE&I programs were performative from the start. And what you described with Target, and we all remember the commitment after George Floyd. Do you think that this proves that they were just performative?
Absolutely. And that's why if you'll go on the site, targetfast.org, you'll see what the ask is. The ask is not just about reinstating DEI. The reality is white women are the #1 beneficiaries of DEI. What I am asking for is $250 million to be invested into Black banks so that our Black businesses might be able to scale. 10 of their distribution centers are near HBCUs. So I'm asking them to partner with the business department of HBCUs because here's what is embarrassing is over 50 years after the signing of the Civil Rights Act, we do not have a minority-owned department store to send our people to. We can't just live off of corner stores and selling waist trainers and tea.
Well, there you have it. This is RG and the RG Swac Sports Network. That was the great Pastor Jamal Bryant in his 40-day fast against Target. You can catch that full interview on Let It Be Known, the Black press in the United States. And that's cool, Stacey Brown. And I forget the young lady's name. God forgive me. But hey, that entire interview with Pastor Jamal Bryant, go back and rewind it. You go to Let It Be Known and you can watch the entire show. He talks more. I hope y'all understand what this man said about HBCUs. You have 10 distribution centers next to HBCUs. Come on, Target. And we spend $12 million a day at Target? Bruh. Man, y'all better come on, man. Y'all better come on. Stop playing with us, Target. But hey, anyway, happy Wednesday. It is February the 12th. 2 days before Valentine's Day. It's Big Business Wednesday, and we also have a major upset in SWAC basketball. Somebody that messed up the church's money. Southern, I thought that y'all was going all the way undefeated in the thing. Well, let's just say Alabama State say, not today, man. Hey, I tell you what, I was shocked. I ain't gonna lie. These are the scores from this February 10th, 2 days ago, Monday. FAMU is starting to look good. So that game this Saturday against Jackson State. Uh-oh. Come on, Tiger. Don't let them rattle strike twice. You know, last time FAMU played Jackson State, it was an upset. It was a shocker. But anyway, they took care of Prairie View 78-67. Graham fam. Uh-oh, is Grambling starting to come around? I have written Grambling off. Well, but hey, they starting to find a little mojo a little bit. They took care of Alabama A&M 72-61. Bethune-Cookman is playing good basketball also. They went into Texas Southern and beat Johnny Jones. Bethune-Cookman 80, TSU 77. Jackson State dismantled UAPB 94-78. And Maga Valley, goodness gracious. I thought this was a misprint when I first seen this score. Maga Valley scored 36 points in 2 halves of college basketball. Come on, Maga Valley. Y'all ain't been right since y'all went up there and shucked and jived for Trump. I don't know what's going on at Valley in y'all basketball program, but you scored 36 points in 2 halves of basketball. Anyway, Alcorn beat Maga Valley 86-36. And the upset of the season so far, Southern 81. The Alabama State Hornets from Montgomery, Alabama, 82. Man, it was an upset. You cannot sit there and act like it wasn't. This was an upset. And I was so surprised because I was like, nah, man. But hey, it is getting closer towards the tournament. And everybody's goal is to reach that NCAA tournament and win a game or two, or maybe win it all. We ain't trying to go anywhere NIT or the tournament that I am supporting in Charlotte. I am supporting that tournament, but everybody wants to go to that NCAA tournament, and I don't blame them, man. And I'm looking for the box score for this game here. It's right. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Okay, I'm clicking the wrong button. That's why. But if you look at the box score, man, it was 36-39 at the half. And then Southern scored 45 points in the second half to 43. But what really, to me, hurt Southern, you had only 3 players in double figures. But the double figures was 12 points, 10 points, and 17 points. So it was kind of low on that. But your 3-point shooting, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. In the first half, you were 2 for 10 at 3-pointers. And then your second half, you was 3 for 12. I keep telling people, a post game and a mid-range jump shot will kill the game of basketball right now. If you get somebody that can play with their back to the goal, and you get somebody with a mid jump shot, folks will be in trouble. This was total, in my opinion, only. Not speaking for anybody else, no analysts, no none of that stuff, or neither one of them schools. But when you shoot 2 for 10 in the first half, and then you shoot 3 for 12 in the second half, look at that. That is 22 3-pointers that you missed. You were 5 from 22. That's 18 points. 5 for 22 from 3-point land. My opinion, that's how you lost that game. But you live by that 3, you die by that 3, man. Alabama State now, they Amar Knox. He killed him. He had 26 points. He was 10 from 18, 2 from 5 from the 3-point, and 4 from 5 from the field goal. So he field goal from the free throw line, excuse me. He was killing him. Now, they were 6 for 17 for the 3-point line, and then 4 for 9. So they made 10 3-pointers. So I mean, pretty decent. So I'm still saying, live by the 3, die by the 3. Mid-range jump shot, play with your ball, your back to the ball, you'll be okay. But that was the upset, man. And you cannot overlook this game. I know I didn't give Alabama State a chance. But, hey, that's what happens, man. Once it started to get close to basketball season, man. So, now let's look at the standings. All right, Southern, you 10-1. Your perfect season is over with. Bethune-Cookman, like I said, they playing good basketball. Along with Jackson State, they both 8-3 in conference. And then you got this game between FAMU and Jackson State this weekend is going to be crucial. Jackson State, you can go into second place by yourself, or you can be down there tied with Alcorn and Texas Southern and all that stuff. So this game is, every game is important, but this game is extra important. So you might want to get you a couple of Stamps burgers and a good bottle of Old English and play hard. Because FAMU, last time they upset you. But this is very competitive. Now, I really thought Southern was going to blow away everybody during the regular season, but I'm wrong. They had to take Jackson State to overtime, and now they ended up losing to Alabama State. But if you look at FAM at 7-4, Texas Southern 7-4, even Alcorn is moving back up 7-4. Alabama State 6-5. Now Grambling is 5-6. They starting to make a run now. Alabama A&M is 3-8. Prairie View is 3-8, and then we got Pine Bluff and Maga Valley down there 1-10. So that's the men, and that schedule for the men this weekend. I'm telling you. Now, I will not be going live Friday. We'll be in Houston for that baseball tournament, the Cactus Jack, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But Saturday, FAMU and Jackson State, that is the game to watch. That's the game they should be showing. Because that's a battle for second place, in my opinion, right now. Texas Southern and Grambling, another good game. Now, if Grambling can beat Texas Southern, we in some trouble, Swac. That means Grambling ain't got their swag back. I don't know if they can beat Johnny Jones, but Johnny Jones just got his behind kicked. Alcorn, you got a hell of a game coming up against Bethune-Cookman. That's going to be a game. Prairie View and Southern. Southern has to bounce back, and I think they will bounce back against Prairie View. I think me and my two Huskies can go out there and beat Prairie View right about now. Can Alabama State keep up their momentum against Pine Bluff? Yes. Alabama A&M versus Valley. That's a coin toss, but that's the games for Saturday, man. All right, the women on that women's side, that Texas Southern, they still ain't playing the radio, man. My goodness, man. And salute to those the player of the weeks and all that stuff. Yeah, whatever. Hey, go out there and win. All right, on the women's side, Bethune-Cookman 60, PV 65, Southern 50, Alabama A&M 44, Grambling 70, Alabama State 61, FAMU 70. Them ladies from TSU 77, Maga Valley 63, Jackson State 76. Pine Bluff 40, Alcorn 53. Look at their standings. Texas Southern is still 11-0. Jackson State 9-2. Southern 9-2. Alabama A&M 8-3. Grambling 6-5. FAMU 5-6. Alcorn 5-6. Bethune 4-7. Prairie View 3-8. Alabama State 3-8. Mississippi Valley 2-9. The Valley Ladies got 2 victories. God bless America. And Pine Bluff is 1-10. And they schedule coming up. I think they should be playing tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Tomorrow's the 13th. Jackson State and Bethune. That should be too easy. I don't think them Jackson State ladies gonna win again, lose again. But that game against Texas Southern in March next month, that's gonna be a game that I will be live streaming. That's gonna be must-see TV. Alabama State versus Valley, Alcorn FAMU, Prairie View versus Grambling, Texas Southern versus Southern. That's gonna be a good game to watch tomorrow. But it's gonna be on the Jaguar Sports Network. Southern. Everybody else showing their game, Southern charging, get every nickel and dime up at you. I don't blame y'all. Go ahead on Jaguars. You got to do something more than stick up folks on Plank Road. And Alabama A&M versus Arkansas Pine Bluff. So it's going to be a jam-packed this weekend. Now, where am I at? This is where my video at, man. This is where I will be this weekend. That's why I won't be going live Friday. I won't be going live Friday, I'll be down there in Houston. Houston got crawfish, so I'll be all right, man. And this is where I'll be at.
All right. Some big names. We're talking sports, we're talking entertainment, and really everything else, music, everything. Joining Houston's own Travis Scott for a big softball game today, benefiting our children.
That's right. Fox 26's Coco Dominguez is live at Minute Maid Park, where the first annual Cactus Jack Foundation was held this afternoon. And Coco, saw you on the Instagram chilling with Kendall Jenner, or Kendall Jenner got to chill with Coco. That's how we should say it.
Yeah, I think that second one was right. Yes, I am here. The game is now over. I'm at Minute Maid Park. But yeah, Travis is here with all his celebrity friends ahead of the 3rd annual Astroworld Festival presented by the Cactus Jack Foundation. And they are empowering the youth with creative services and finding ways to educate them. And it's happening all week long.
I'm so happy to be here. What Travis is doing and his foundation, the Cactus Jack, giving back to the cities. How could I not be happy to be here?
And they follow him from everywhere. He's like a rock star.
He is a rock star. I found that out. My kids, they travel from TSU just to come down here for this. They wanted to meet him, which they just got a chance to, so it's a lot of fun.
So he needs to come back more often. Your kids will come back more.
Yeah, exactly right.
Face, it is so good to see you out here. How are you feeling?
I feel fantastic.
What does this mean? You got Travis Scott doing stuff like this for the city, our city. What do you think about that?
I love it. I think it's fantastic. Travis was one of those kids that did it. You know, he came back and did it for the city. Don't you love that?
Got a chance to meet Travis when I first came to Houston, and you know, he's embraced me. We have a good friendship, and just here to show support.
All right, and he's, you know, doing a lot for the community. How great is it, the youth that follow him, and you get these crowds out here?
Man, he's a rock star, man. I mean, everywhere he goes, people go crazy. Great all-around guy, and you see what he does for his community, and a great person to have as a friend.
All right, and I will be down there. That's the Cactus Jack. That's when and what the Cactus Jack is, and which, you know, they always want to focus on the celebrity side, but they're not telling you. I shouldn't have showed that clip, but anyway, this is the Cactus Jack. It's this is the HBCU Classic from February the 14th to the 16th. It's in Houston, Texas. I think the name of it is, they did change the name of that stadium. But this is the open weekend of college baseball. You have Texas Southern, Prairie View, Southern, Grambling, Jackson State, and Alabama A&M. I will be down there all weekend long watching these games, and I went last year, and I will definitely enjoy myself again. The tickets are only like $22. You can buy like a 3-day pass for $60. You get to watch all 3 games every day. But this, if you're in the Houston area or you want to come down, this is something to see, man. And Travis actually does stuff for HBCUs. They didn't want to say that on there, but he does stuff for the HBCUs. And it's like the teams arrive tomorrow. Yeah, it's called Dakin Park now. They changed, like I said, they changed. It's the same Houston Astros Stadium, but they changed the name. And hopefully, Swac Digital Network or somebody can actually start showing this stuff. But Friday is when the game starts. Grambling and Jackson State got the first game at 11 a.m. I'll be up in there. Man, see, I know how to carry my flask into Minute Maid Park, so I'm good. Dakin Park now. But I'll be up in there, and I'll be loaded by noon. Trust me. Then Alabama A&M and Prairie View will play. It's a round-robin tournament. And also, the Divine Nine is having a HBCU alumni happy hour, February the 14th. We're rolling out the red carpet. That only costs $50 a person. Yes, I will be up in there supporting all the Divine Nine. The days on the yard for me is over with. I support everybody now. But and then that's a real good luncheon, and you get to meet people. They have like workshops, they have scholarships. We gotta send our youth out here to this stuff. Because I'm telling you, man, a lot of people can end up going to college on scholarship if they attend some of this stuff. It's a lot of money out here, and it's a lot of people that should be taking advantage. If you got kids that are thinking about going to college, go to this stuff. And then Saturday is rivalry day. That's when I don't know how they got Alabama, A&M, and Jackson State. It's supposed to be Alcorn. Okay, that's right. But anyway, Southern versus Grambling, Perry versus Texas Southern, and Alabama, A&M versus Jackson State. I know that's not our rivalry. A typical SWAC rivalry, but the other two games are. Look, this is what I'm talking about. The Phillips College Fair, Saturday, February the 15th. It's hosted by the Astros Youth Academy, set to take place at the park from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's free. It's free for high school students between grades 9th and 12. I say again, it's free. See what I'm saying? And their parents. The parents get in free. The students get in free. They're going to feature over 100 colleges, universities, military recruiters. Each participating student will receive a ticket to attend the tournament of the day of the event. Not only is the college fair free, right? And it's the 100, those mainly HBCUs. Now, the military recruiters will be out there too. You tell that military recruiter, my child only going to join the military if he's an officer. That's right. I said it. Don't do that enlisted stuff. You tell him your Uncle Oren said, don't do enlisted. I want to be an officer. Telling you, I went in as enlisted. That's why I'm half batshit crazy now. But anyway, once again, it's for 9th through 12th grade. The student and their parents get in free, and then you receive a ticket to the game. The scholarships are there. Get y'all kids out there, man. Or you'll be like me, waiting on your kid to pay your student loans back to you. My goodness, man. Pay me, young man. And then Sunday, it ends up with Grambling State versus Alabama A&M, Jackson State versus Texas Southern, and Perryview versus Southern. And also Sunday, they're having a gospel breakfast. It's $25 to get in. And that also includes admissions to the game that day. So if you pay $25 to eat breakfast, you get in free that day. So, hey, this is something, man, that we need to take more advantage of. I have no idea why the majority of our HBCUs, especially in the SWAC, are not sharing this type of information because there's hardly anybody at the game. I'm telling you. So if you actually watching the game or you actually go to the game, if you see that person out there with some long locks in his hair, with a flask, mind your business. And these out there yelling, just mind your business. That's all I'm telling y'all. But that's where I will definitely be at, man, this weekend. That's why I will not be going live. I will be at the stadium. So y'all definitely come, man. Just support. Like I said, I don't know why it's not been shared amongst the SWAC like that. And I think I know if you follow the baseball teams, they're starting their schedule and stuff like that. I know it's basketball season and all that stuff, but this is one of the I think this is Jackson State. Let me see. Yeah, that's Jackson State. That's the uniform that they'll be wearing. That's pretty dope, man. I like that uniform there, man. Y'all need to sell them jerseys, man. Y'all need quit being stingy with y'all merchandise, man. But this is the February. That's what they were saying. I was telling you earlier, February 14th through the 16th, 2025. Those are the teams that are participating. And so I know a lot of people don't watch baseball. I know y'all think it's boring or whatever, but you go to the game. If the teams won't entertain you, I definitely will. I told the folks last year they need to pay me for my services. Still waiting on that check. But anyway, man, y'all check that stuff out, man. Let's see with the big business. Oh, I found before we get to the business part, I want to show what is it next month. The NNPA. What's going on, Brother Franklin? Next month is Black Press Day, March 13th. This is going to be up in D.C. at the Lewis Stokes Library at Howard University, 11 a.m. Hey, in these trying times, especially for HBCU students, alumni, future students, we need to tune into the Black press. I cannot express this enough. The Black press is here for you. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna live. I gotta ask Cool Stacy if they're gonna live stream this. But hey, March 13th is a Black Press Day. And for y'all don't know, the Black press has been around for 198 years. So find your local Black newspaper in your state or city. I'm pretty sure it's online, and read it. It's got real news that we can use, especially when it comes to HBCUs and financing, man. So y'all check that out, man. Definitely. And my other one, where we at? But we gotta do better. I keep telling folks, you gotta do better, man. All right, here we go. Now, Valentine's Day is coming up, right? You don't know what to get your old lady or get your old man. I ran across this page, man, and this stuff, man, is just great to see. This is Magic Chair Beauty Supply. This is a Black-owned business, man. And you go there and get all your products, man. Stop going to Lean Shop now. But you can follow them on Instagram. And they got a website. It's mhbeautysupply.com. It's a Black-owned business. And everything that you need, man, for your Black-owned, for your body, for your hair. They got stuff in there for men, too. You want your little blonde wig so you can look like whoever them little ladies is. But hey, anyway, but check these folks out, man. They got everything you need. So you ain't got to get all that crazy stuff. But definitely check out this. You don't know what to get your old lady, man. But I'm trying to find out where this website is. I think I always do that big Wednesday. Oh, here it is. Give me a second. I'm working. But yeah, this is the website that I found. It's on Instagram. I'm pretty sure they on Facebook and Twitter. And this it's called Success is Us. It's positive media for the Black community. Black-owned business inspiration, wholesale content. Success is you, success is us. And the CEO is King Lamar. Promote your brand, success.co. Celebrity, Black-owned, heartwarming. Any type of Black businesses that you need to get your stuff from. I'm talking from toothpaste to toilet paper to detergent. I buy all from here. So you know, I'm gonna show you this again. This is them. Success is us. You go there, and they show you what different people are promoting their Black-owned business, man. And it goes from investing in land into property, all this stuff, man. And it goes just look. You got Black-owned HBCU brand apparel. I think they was on Shark Tank, yeah. And then look at that Black-owned toilet paper. It's just everything you can think of. They have it on this website. You get on there and you find what you want. It's just like shopping, but you know. Look at that Black-owned popcorn brand. See, it's a lot of stuff on here, and trust me with the art. See what I'm saying? Black farmers invest in growing grocery nourishment. So I mean, we got food, you got everything. Black woman owns the top CNA school in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Look at that, getting them ladies out of prison, getting them be CNAs. And not out of prison, excuse me. I apologize. I meant to say going into college. I apologize for that. Memphis, Tennessee started making candy when she was 13 years old. Look at that, you got candy and everything. But I'm telling y'all, man, we don't have to sit there and depend on a Target or a Walmart. Now, do these people do business with Target and Walmart? Probably. I don't know, but I buy from their websites. But I do apologize once again. When I said those ladies were coming out of prison, I do apologize. I meant to say out of college. And so, but check that stuff out, man. So that's a lot going on, man. But we can do this, and we can be very successful. And if you didn't catch the halftime show, my opinion was this. Not halftime show, the actual Super Bowl beginning. Southern band did phenomenal. The Dogs, they came out and they was just great. I enjoyed to see HBCU culture come out there and show up and show out. I thought they were from the drum major. I think he did an excellent job. He now, to me, he held back a little bit, but it was still good. I ain't complaining. And I think the Dogs, they danced just as elegant as possible. And they represented like Jackson State represented last year. And I'm trying to find, I think I have one of their videos. But if not, it's all good. But I really think that the culture, HBCU culture, it's good to be in the Super Bowl. But we need to be in that more in that game. I think we only had 2 players from HBCUs. I don't think it was any from the Swac. So let that sink in. But I mean, hey, I think this is one of the videos. Yeah, because I enjoyed watching Southern on there.
Party in the 504. Welcome, the Soul Rebels. All my ladies, stand up. Is the pride of Southern University, the exquisite, the fabulous dancing doll. Making their claim as the world's only all-female brass band, the original Pinners. It's all love from your boy, Wild Wayne, the voice in New Orleans. Let's go!
And hey, and if y'all did not know if you didn't know the original Pinettes, that's an all-female jazz band, and 2 of the Pinettes actually played for the Sonic Boom of the South. They are Jackson State graduates. I don't know their names off the top of my head, but they are actually 2 members of the Pinettes that are actually Jackson State graduates and that played with the Sonic Boom. Hey, Brother Ricard, man, what's good with you, man? Hey, I broke my phone, and I'm getting a new one tomorrow. So if you try to call me, man, don't think I've been ignoring you, bro. I dropped that phone, man, and that phone, boy, it looked like a spider web, and it just don't work. But I'm definitely, man, gonna get me a new phone tomorrow. But getting back to that performance, man, by Southern and the Piñatas, and like I said, those two ladies from Jackson State, they play with the Sonic Boom in the South, and if y'all have not heard the original Piñatas play, they are phenomenal. The only female all jazz band, and they are great. They right down here in New Orleans. So now the Kendrick Lamar halftime show, like I tell people, man, I did not need to see the show 2 or 3 times. Where's it at? I'm telling you, when I was watching it, and I tell folks, only people who was mad is the people that couldn't get the message. And I didn't need no breakdown. I knew exactly what he was talking about. This part right here. Oh, hold on. My bad. I'm going to have to play it again.
You picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Stag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.
The revolution wasn't televised in the 60s. Is it going to be televised in the 90s?
Well, you know, the catchphrase, what that was all about, the revolution will not be televised, that was about the fact that the first change that takes place is in your mind. You have to change your mind before you change the way you live and the way you move. So when we said that the revolution will not be televised, we were saying that like that the thing that's going to change people is something that no one will ever be able to capture on film. It'll just be something that you see, and all of a sudden you realize, I'm on the wrong page, or I'm on the right page, but I'm on the wrong note. And I've got to get in sync with everyone else to understand what's happening in this country.
Turn this TV off, turn this TV off, turn this TV off, turn this. The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
Once I heard that part right there, I knew what time it was. I really believe, this is just my opinion, I really believe that we are so into entertainment that when somebody gives you a message like that, we don't even know what to do with it. I've seen more people upset and mad because Lil Wayne, who I think is a talented artist, but when you can get on TV and say, don't tell me about no Black Lives Matter, racism don't exist, and 90% of your lyrics is about using the N-word, calling women out their name, being high, on lean. What do you really want your audience to take away from? That's just my opinion. I'm not saying Lil Wayne wouldn't have had a good halftime performance, but I'm not interested. I'm older now. And listen, my generation can't talk. I grew up on NWA. The first generation to actually accept being called the N-word, not me. You call that to me, that's fighting words, man. I grew up with gangster rap. But what Kendrick Lamar did was give you a message. That man say it's 40 acres in the muse. This is bigger than music. People are mad because they didn't see the crowd jumping up, going wild. What did you want this man to come out there to do? Twerk? Have a bunch of half-naked women twerking? If that's what you're looking for, you should have went to the Super Bowl after party. You could have seen Cardi B, Gorilla Zoe, and Sexy Red. I'm glad the man did what he did. I understood everything that man was trying to say. Samuel L. Jackson was phenomenal. You got to listen to when that man said, "You too loud, you too ghetto." That's when he played Be Humble. And then he said, then it started up again, he said, "You ain't gonna play that." And most folks think it was all about him dissing Drake. Yeah, him and Drake got beef, but those 5 minutes that he rapped about that little beef with Drake, I don't understand why folks like, oh, it was all about Drake. No. This was about freeing your mind. This was about economics. He did it on the biggest stage where they said 120 million people watched that man halftime show. 120 million people. MAGA was mad. I don't care about them being mad, but it really upset me to see black people saying Lil Wayne would have did better. So instead of this man talking about reparations, telling you it's bigger than music, making you think when it was under the street light, and when Samuel said you got your crew with you, start talking again, he say -1. Deduct -1. That's about killing one of the folks off. So instead of talking about that in a music that was entertaining as hell to me, it was, just very entertaining. I could vibe and I can listen and I can learn. Some folks want to hear, I'm gonna lick you like a lollipop. $133 million. I stand corrected. Thank you, Franklin. 133 million people watching. It has to resonate with us. We are in a fight for our survival, and people still don't get it. Department of Education, who is it? Stephanie McMahon is supposed to be Department of Education. A lady who got kicked off an education board before because she lied about her college. Come on, man. Who do you think that they're going to kick off the federal grants first? HBCUs are gone. But folks want to hear about Lil Wayne has so many hits, man. But like I said, we had a Black History program at the Super Bowl, and some of us just missed the whole mark. And Sonic Boom say, I like the overall message of the halftime. I like the symbols. I would have liked a tiny bit more of an entertainment sprinkle in and ignoring the Drake beef. I agree. Like I said, but in Sonic Boom, I really didn't pay attention to the Drake beef. By that time, I was sitting there typing and writing about how wonderful this halftime show was. You had the president of the United States who ordered the military to stop celebrating Black History programs. We got a Black History moment right then and there. From the video game to the control buttons that was a stage, and to the square to the prison, it was all there for us. Now the guy with the flag that was protesting, hey man, hats off to you, man. If you got your message across, you got your message across. You didn't stop our show. Trust me. I'm not dissing the people what's happening in Palestine or in Sudan, but I definitely like how that flag, the red, white, and blue was by black men. I took it as, hey, we built this country. Our blood is drenched into this flag. You ain't getting rid of us. Now, some people can disagree with me. That's fine. Some people can say it's about the rap beef. I grew up with real rap beef. I'm talking about Pac and Biggie. Two of the most talented rappers that we've ever had to die before they turned 25. One was 25, one was 27. So sad. So sad. So that rap beef stuff don't move me. I really wish Drake and Kendrick would have never. But if you are a light-skinned dude, check on your other light-skinned friends. I know y'all ain't doing well after after that thing, man. But pay attention to what that man said. 40 acre is in a mule. This is bigger than the music. Give us our stuff, man. I think someone had an issue with the flag, with another flag. Yeah. I like where he teased like he was going to sing it, then he didn't. I found it a little more effective. Yeah. Now, I think the average Super Bowl ticket was what? $9,000? Not too many of us are going to waste our $9,000 to go watch 3 hours of a game. I got it. The last time I was at a Super Bowl, the tickets were $45. That was 1985. The last time I really actually participated in a Super Bowl, like doing everything, that's when Kaepernick and the Ravens, I think that was 2013. I was down out in the streets wild and crazy then. This time I sat back at the house and chilled. It didn't move me. I wasn't going through Checkpoint Charlie to go to the same place I can walk through right now or drive through right now. This past weekend, you had, man, please. Like I said, I'm not going to show my identification or get searched to go onto a street. Man, come on, bro. I would like to see the red, black, and green flag. Yep, that's true. I thought it was going to come out. I really did. One thing I did like, and I wish, and it was so effective to me. You don't have to say the N-word while you rapping. So, but yeah, hey, these guys, man, they're so talented, but that word now is so embedded in some of these folks, man. But overall, I cannot be angry or be mad or say anything negative about that halftime show. Besides, I wish it was longer. 13 minutes. I think the internet is still buzzing. I mean, you got people trying to redo the dancing, and you got, I've seen just about everybody in their mom try to break it down and say what he was trying to say. I got it the first time. I ain't need to, you didn't have to tell me what that man was talking about. You didn't have to tell me Samuel L. Jackson was Uncle Sam was playing a real Stephen from the Django, telling him how to play the game of life. I didn't need it. But and look, I ain't the smartest person in the world, trust me. But I got common sense. I know what time it was, man. It was an A plus to me. I'm gonna drop the link, man. If somebody want to come up, you can say something. But I really think that that we needed that at this point in time. And all the people that are mad, stay mad. I really enjoyed it. Look, they had the aunties get into the act. I thought this was hilarious, man. I'm trying to find it. But yeah, it was one of those halftime performances. But if you listen to Kendrick Lamar's music, from We Gonna Be All Right, All My Life I Had to Fight, We Gonna Be All Right, To Be Humble, this is not like he just flipped the switch and say, I'm gonna be a conscious rapper. Nope. This man been conscious rapper, which we need. And I grew up also with Public Enemy, KRS-One, Eric B, Rakim. So I know conscious rap when I see and hear conscious rap. And that's what we needed, man. Yeah, I did get a chuckle out of this one. The aunties said, hey, y'all ain't gonna leave. But look, this ain't just for you young folks.
Oh no. It's a cultural divide. I'm gonna get it on the floor.
You really about to do it?
40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
You really about to do it?
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
They get on it like that.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like fuck. Must have on a beat, bro, deep boat, any rap, he a freak though, man, damn, call like Ember Lambs, tell him breathe, let them boys to the cross, they walk around like thieves, what's up with these Japonio?
The aunties had to get into it. I thought that was cool, man. See, look, once you start reaching women like that, those women probably a little bit older than me, around my age, when our 50s, they understand what that man was talking about. It wasn't just a performance. But that's what I had to say about that halftime show. And if folks, like I said, if folks didn't get the message, go back and watch it again. Like I told them, hell, I ain't need to get it. I got it the first time. But I did see a couple of other schools that released their football schedules. I gotta find them. Oh yeah. Texas Southern, they released their schedule, and hey, Texas Southern gonna look tough until they get into November. That's just my opinion. Like I told you, I talk about all 12 schools. Now, if you look at this, August 30th, they play Fairview Labor Day Classic. I will be at that Classic. I don't miss Classics if they're at the stadiums. So that Labor Day Classic, I rock with it. Now they go out and play Cal. That's a long trip, man. That game versus Liberty University, I think that's going to be a good game. Then they play Maga Valley, Valley. That's going to be a good test for Terrell Buckley, though. Then they come up to play Pine Bluff. Then they play Grambling. And I don't know, it's some YSL Dragon, I don't know who that is. But then they get into it. November 1, they play Alcorn, Alabama State, and Southern 3 weeks in a row. That's really going to test their gangster in the SWAC. See, like, in my opinion, every SWAC school has 3 games in a row that's really going to dictate what's going on. But the November 1st through November 15th, you're going to, coach, you're going to find out a real lot about your team when it comes to conference play. I'm telling you, that is going to be something serious, man. Alcorn is they can't get no worse than last year. I know they got something to prove after they got embarrassed by Jackson State at home. So I think that's still lingering with them. And then Alabama State, you know, I'm pretty sure they're gonna predict them to be first or second in the East again. And predictions are like, you know, everybody got one. And then you got to play at Southern. So I think those 3 games, that's just my opinion. Alcorn, Alabama State, and Southern. And and this is what I'm getting at. 2 of those 3 games are on the road. Now you got Alcorn at home, but then you got to go to Alabama, and then you got to go to Southern. Now, you know Southern is very bougie down there on Plank Road. They're going to roll out the red carpet for you. So I think that this is going to be a real good test, man. But that is what we've been dealing with, man. And of course, and before I get up off here, the tournament in the HBCU tournament. They trying, man. Like I told them, they trying, and I'm supporting it.
Multitude of people who are expecting for this tournament to not be anything, so that they can steal the idea, or they can do something else somewhere else, or so they can simply say, "We told y'all this wasn't going to work." There are a lot of people who are counting on us to fail. That's why we need everybody to come out to Charlotte on March 20th through the 23rd, because we got one shot.
There you go. That's that HBCU tournament in Charlotte, March 20th to March 23rd. You're going to have teams from the SWAC, MEAC, CIAA, and the SIAC. I'm definitely supporting that thing, man. If that snow on the ground, I ain't going. I can tell you that now. If it's cold like that, I ain't going. But if not, the weather looking right, I'll go to that, man. And so we got to keep in mind, we have to support each other one way or another, especially when it comes to HBCUs, man. So, and with this being Black History Month, don't let nobody tell you that you need permission to celebrate Black history. And that's what makes me laugh, man. I'm like, what the hell I need your permission for? I'm gonna say what I want to say. But you also don't forget. Oh, also, Grambling released they schedule. Grambling, they thought they was all that after they beat Jackson State last year, but they are actually releasing more stuff about their football. They're gonna have practices February 25th, 27th. Then they have them in March they're going to have scrimmages the 15th and the 22nd. Then their spring game is March 29th. They're one of the first SWAC schools to announce their spring game. So Grambling, like I said, after they beat Jackson State last year, I guess they thought they had won the HBCU championship game. I don't know. But they got to do something. And they do have T-Set as their quarterback, which is, I don't think T-Set's a bad quarterback. So, but we'll see, man. Grambling, they announced their stuff first. So, of course, Jackson State is another school. I guarantee they release so much stuff. So, but I'm not not promoting Jackson State stuff because whenever, they'll need to. They got so many people out there that's doing it, and they do a good job. The 1,400 clubs and all them other people, and that's how you're supposed to be. But you know what though? I'm glad I found this. This is what some people wanted our halftime. This is what some folks really wanted the halftime show to be like. Let me find. This is what folks wanted.
Boom, 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 nigga, like what? West Side Pop Gang, nigga, throw 'em up. Boom, 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 nigga, we don't give a fuck. What, nigga, what? Boom, 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 Hail Mary. Boom, boom, told you niggas scary. Boom, 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 that nigga about to run. Click, clack, them niggas got guns.
Man, let me stop playing that. That's what folks wanted the halftime show to be like, some ignorant shit like that. We wasn't going out like that this time. No, you got you a real Black History moment. That's what they wanted, to see some crap like that. It wasn't happening though, man. But it was something. That's right, Miss Hattie, a hot mess. But see, if we would have had that, if we would have had crap like that, they would have been saying, they would have called us worse. See, when Kendrick went out there and put that on their mind, because most folks were like, "Oh, I didn't understand what he was talking about. You understood exactly what he was saying. You mean to tell me you 45, 50 years of age, you didn't understand about 40 acres in the mule? You know what that meant. You know that 40 acres was promised to enslaved Africans, Sherman General Order. And after that, the folks say, hey, we can't have y'all being self-sufficient, raising your chickens and growing watermelon and feeding yourself. No, we the ones got to give it to you. Now, and this, man, I share this with my students sometimes, because people act like everything was in such yesteryear. Listen to this.
Reggie, the baton has been passed for over a century here. We've been talking earlier about if it wasn't for the Willie Mays, the Jackie Robinson, the Reggie Jacksons, the three of us wouldn't have an opportunity to play. How emotional is it for you to come back to a play that you played with one of the greatest teams around?
Alex, when people ask me a question like that, it's like coming back here is not easy. The racism that I played here, when I played here, the difficulty of going through different places where we traveled. Fortunately, I had a manager and I had players on the team that helped me get through it. But I wouldn't wish it on anybody. People said to me today, I spoke and they said, "You think you're a better person? You think you won when you played here in Concord?" I said, I would never want to do it again. I walked into restaurants and they would point at me and said, "Can't eat here." I would go to a hotel and they say, "Then can't stay here." We went to Charlie Finley's country club for a welcome home dinner and they pointed me out with the N-word. "He can't come in here." Finley marched the whole team out. Finally, they let me in there. He said, "We're going to go to the diner and eat hamburgers. We'll go where we're wanted." Fortunately, I had a manager, Johnny McNamara, that if I couldn't eat, thank you. If I couldn't eat in the place, nobody would eat. We'd get food to travel. If I couldn't stay in a hotel, they'd drive to the next hotel and find a place where I could stay. Had it not been for Raleigh Fingers, Johnny McNamara, Dave Duncan, Joe and Sharon Rudy, I slept on their couch 3-4 nights a week for about a month and a half. Finally, they were threatened that they would burn our apartment complex down unless I got out. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. The year I came here, Bull Connor was the sheriff the year before. And they took Minor League Baseball out of here because in 1963, the Klan murdered 4 black girls, children, in 11, 12, 14 years old at a church here and never got indicted. It was there from the Klan. Life magazine did a story on them like they were being honored. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. At the same time, had it not been for my white friends, had it not been for a white manager and Rudy, Fingers, and Duncan, and Lee Myers, I would have never made it. I was too physically violent. I was ready to physically fight.
Reggie, the baton has been passed.
There it is, man. And that's why a lot of times I keep this shirt near me. That's 44. Reggie Jackson. That's his Yankee jersey. This jersey costs way much more money than I ever spent on stuff, man. But certain people and certain things, you just can't. It's autographed by Mr. Jackson also. What I'm getting at is we dealing in times where people want to go back to that. I hope folks pay attention to that message that man said. So when folks start playing around and telling you, oh, that's old ancient time, Reggie Jackson's still alive. Think about that. I see Brother Bakar up in here. What's good, bro?
What's going on, my man?
What's up, bro? You heard me about my phone? I broke my phone, man.
Yeah, I heard you.
you know, if I miss your call, I'll call you back, man.
Yeah, I know.
I have me a new one tomorrow morning, though, man. What's good with you, my brother?
Oh man, I just want to come up here and talk about a couple things with you. And peace to the chat. Look, man, you was I'm gonna tell you something. When we talking about professional sports, right? Of course, those people don't understand what Kendrick Lamar did, right?
Yeah.
He was at the Super Bowl, and we can talk about professional athletes and the things that they have done. I'm gonna have to do me another one on. You know the story of Kurt Flood?
Yes, the free agent. He started free agency.
For every sport. What he say? He say y'all won't own me.
Yep. And you know,
will not own me.
You know that's what's keeping him out of the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, the Curious Case. And if y'all haven't heard of it, y'all can come by BBN tomorrow. If y'all subscribe, you know when it come up. This to the people in the chat. You'll know when it come, because I don't set no time, but I will be doing it. We're gonna talk about Kurt Flood, because we do need to talk about that, because athletes have a influence in our community. Sometimes they have way too much influence, right? But the ones like Kurt Flood, who stood up to that beast and said, y'all won't own me. I can't play with nobody but St. Louis until you say you don't want me no more. Then you can sell me or you can trade me. Kurt Flood, every football, basketball, baseball, all of them need to be paying homage to Kurt Flood.
Yeah, I have a Kurt Flood jersey. It's a few jerseys. I don't really like to buy stuff like that, but it's a few people that I bought and I was able to get their autographs from them. It has to be a signed jersey. And the reason why it's not for me to make money, it's for to let them know that what you've done for professionals, athletes, and athletes in general, especially for the young black race. And I always tell people, I had a Lou Brock, who I think is the most phenomenal baseball player that ever to come out of HBCU, in my opinion. I got his baseball card signed. This is like when I was like 10 or 12, he had came back to Southern. And when Ricky Henderson broke his record, I was happy for Henderson, but I was mad because Ricky Henderson never acknowledged who Lou Brock was. And that's just how I took it. So I was kind of mad. That's why Ricky passed last year. And what I'm getting at is these athletes do have influence, but a lot of them have stories of what they've been through that needs to be told to our young athletes. I watched Chris Jones from Kansas City Chiefs break his neck to try to shake Trump's hand. I was so infuriated. Here you are, man. You making big time money, more money than probably 90% of Americans will ever see. And you're going to shake a 34-time convicted felon's hand that wants to shut down HBCUs, don't want the military to have a Black History program. And I can go on and on. And some of these black athletes, man, professionals, I really think that somewhere along the line, once they made a few $1 million, they forget where they come from and who they are.
Yeah, they ain't black no more. they say it's class then. Mm-hmm. Hey, speaking of the lunatic bigot in office, mm-hmm. I ain't talking about President Musk. I'm talking about First Lady Trump. Mm-hmm. Right? He as Jasmine Crockett called him. Mm-hmm. Go on military.com, man. Mm-hmm. And you'll see how this dude is asking the military to stop recruiting in certain black areas. Don't recruit so much black areas.
That black engineer conference that they have. I don't understand why you don't want to recruit the best. But like some folks said, man, it's a blessing. But only thing I fought back with them about is this. If the military don't want to hire them, these Fortune 500 and other corporations will not want to hire them. That's my problem. See, most folks try to recruit against the military. You've been in the military just like I have. If you get a person that can score a 30 on the ACT or 25, the military want them for intelligence. You have another company that want them for whatever reason. Now they're basically saying, oh, you can have them. We don't want you. That's how I took it. But like I said, Pete Hegseth is a drunk racist, in my opinion. Anytime you get removed from being on the president's security detail because of white supremacist views and ties, how can you become the Secretary of Defense? It's crazy, man.
He's the one that DEI. He didn't earn it. But but I'm gonna tell you, once they doing that to them engineers, mm-hmm. It's gonna trickle on down to regular enlisted. And I tell people all the time who come at me who don't understand, man, I wouldn't go in the military no way to fight for these people. I say, man, black people ain't joining for that. I don't want these young black. I don't want our people who need this opportunity for some benefits or want to go to college and need that college money. I don't want them not to have that opportunity to go do. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. So my thing is, why don't folks tell poor white kids don't join the military? You ever heard white people say don't go join the military to go fight for this country? Think about that. No. See, you learn different skills. I was in combat MOS for all 20 years. I've learned so much, not from that crazy grappling and wrestling stuff. I'm talking about weapons themselves. Why you think a lot of these white kids are going up in there? Yeah. They learn how to self-defend, survivalists, live off the land. But, I tell folks, man, look, the military is not for everybody. Trust me. I've seen several people come and go my whole career. I've seen some people who I thought was just awesome get out after their first enlistment. Then I've seen some people serve 30 years that should have never joined a day. So I'm serious. I've seen it all,
I
man.
didn't retire. I didn't retire. Look, man, I'm the youngest. It's 9. My mom and dad is 9, yeah. And I'm the youngest. My mom and dad had 8 sons and 1 daughter. All 8 sons was in the military.
See what I'm saying?
4 went to the Air Force, 4 went to the Army.
And see, that people hate that. You know why they hate it? Because we are doing what they think we can't do. Bro, we're not trying to impress y'all. We are doing what we need to do. And Sonic Boom said, I almost joined the Navy nuclear physics program out of high school. Brother, that's a hell of a job, man. That's a hell of, if you was recruited into that field there, man, the opportunity to the money that you can make once you get out the military in certain programs. Not that combat MOS stuff that I was in. You know, you better go back to college like I did. Go get you some more degrees. Go get you some more degrees.
I was a cook. I was a cook. When I got out, I was 12 hours away in culinary art school from being a certified chef.
Man,
I was 12 hours away.
I tell people, get back in them books, man. I said, the only job that after 20 years of military service, I was an armor crewman. I was a tanker. The MOS it's 1812. Marine Corps don't even have it anymore. And the Army is called 19 Kilo. Frontline combat infantry. That's basically what I was, an armor crewman. And the only job that I really qualified for, man, was like security guards. I was like, what? But you know, I had enough sense getting out of college. So I got my college degree. Hey man, took my teacher certification test, did troops to teachers, and hey man, I tell folks, man, you might want to take advantage of the college. And that's what I tell people the most. Hey man, you ain't got to do this stuff for 20 years, man. But before you leave up out of there, make sure you have enough college, because the job market is scarce. The first job interview I ever went on, that man told me, thank you for your service, but you overqualified, sir. The same job, my staff job. When if you do career, you got to do a staff job in the military. My staff job was quality insurance. Basically, I'm an inspector. So you got to go through all these schools and all these tests in the military to be QA. That same job, when I got out and I went to these different companies to be QA, they told me I was overqualified. How can I be overqualified for the same job? Jealousy. That's basically what it was, man. Man, I said, okay. I went back to school, got my master's, man. Hey, I'm good. Like I told them, I said, man, this is a joke. So I tell young people, go in there. That's why I said at the beginning of the show. I don't know if you caught the okay, Jay Memphis, you was 19K, so you was M1A1.
19 Kilo.
Yeah. So you was M1A1, or was you an A2 SEP tanker? Yeah, but the beginning of the show, I told folks about the baseball tournament that I'll be at this week at the Cactus Jack. They're gonna have over 100 colleges there. The military gonna be there too. And I told people, and I say it again, tell them that your Uncle Orange said, I'm gonna be a military officer. Don't do enlisted. No, number one, your retirement is different. Number two, your education is on a different level.
See, you was in the Marines. Y'all don't have warrant officers in Marines, do y'all?
Yeah, you have them. It's a lot different though. It's not like the Army where you can you can be like an E4.
My nephew.
Yeah, you can be like an E4 in the Army and join and be not join, but you go from E4 to warrant officer.
Yeah, my nephew is he retired next year after. He's a
CW what 4?
I think he's a 3.
Yeah, CW3. Yeah. See, I mean, his retirement is probably gonna be damn near double mine. That's why I tell people, man, that's the only thing that I regret in the military. I didn't go be a warrant officer. I said, man, because these dudes, man, it's a pretty laid back job, man. Went to boot camp in 86 and did Desert Storm and got the F out. And Jay said, I don't blame you, man. That's over there in Saudi, man. Them the good.
I had two brothers in Desert Storm.
Yeah. And
look, man, I got old parents. My dad fought in World War. I'm 53. My dad fought in World War II.
See what I'm saying? See, I keep telling folks, man, every black person that I know has somebody that served in the military and has served in the war. Ain't too many Caucasian people that I know have family members like that. You know, you might have a one every now and then, but every black person that I know against. Yeah. So and I tell folks all the time, I said it's every generation of Galloways on my mom, her maiden name is Thurman, as a Galloway or Thurman that have served in the war. I'm talking, you go back into the Civil War all the way to the War on Terror in Afghanistan and Iraq. I was the only fool to go over there all them damn years and spend over there in Iraq for what, 5 years? I spent 5 years over there. I tell people that's just crazy to even think about. But man,
you were stationed in Iraq?
That's how many deployments I did over there.
Oh, you did 5 deployments.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, each one was for a year.
Yeah. See, I was man, it was so crazy, man. I spent 03, 05, 07, 09, and 11 over there. So,
ooh.
Yeah, that's why I tell folks, man. I kind of just chill to myself and don't really bother folks, man. I gotta tell them all that stuff that them MAGAs talk. Hey, man, y'all can run y'all mouth on the internet and computer all day. I practice Second Amendment too, and so
yep.
So, but man, we I tell folks we got to get it together, man. Like I said, I go hard for my people, just like folks go hard for their people. What's wrong with that? Hey, man, I'm 100% supporters. I know I only talk about 12 SWAC schools, but I'm just as proud of a Howard as I am proud of a Jackson State, or even the little small colleges like Rusk.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. Me and my homeboy talk about this, right? He's a graduate of Norfolk State, right? And me and him talk. We was like, Jackson State and Norfolk State should have started playing one another home and home a few years ago, especially the women. But I think it should be men and women. But I think that would have been a great rivalry, man, because Norfolk State women start coming up around the same time Jackson State women start. Look at Norfolk State women is number 8 right now in the mid-major top 25. They rank number 8. And I think that'll be a good rivalry, and I think it'll be good for HBCU because Coach Margaret Richards is letting you know she ain't letting Jackson State fall. So with the job she's doing this year, she ain't letting Jackson State fall. Do y'all think that'll be a good rivalry? Do you think that'll be good for HBCU basketball women if they were to play?
Yes, hands down. Only reason why I started following Norfolk State basketball, men and women, I started following them about 3 years ago. And I'm like, the men are just as good too. I say these jokers are balling over here. And Jackson State at the time when Tamika Reed was there, I said, now this was something I would like to see. That's when I was really jumping up and down, but I was not on the internet saying, you know what, let's get an HBCU tournament somewhere. That's back when I was on that Atlanta kick. Yeah, we can go to Atlanta, man. I love to see Norfolk, Jackson State women, this, that, and the third. But, you know, it didn't happen then. But now it does need to happen. I think the MEAC and the SWAC, how can I put this? Instead of Texas Southern going to play Cal, Texas Southern need to go play a South Carolina State, or they need to play at Norfolk or Howard. Now we do have the Orange Bowl Classic this year with FAMU and HU playing, and that I think that's nice. But I'd rather have them play home and home. And that's my only thing with this stuff. Let's play home and home. And you're right. That women's team, they something serious. Now this year, I would like to see Norfolk State and Texas Southern really get it on. The women on the women's side. I would like to see the Norfolk State men play the Southern men or play the Jackson State men in basketball. And look, these schools, I know they've made enough money because most of them have played games on these PWI schools on the road. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to start playing each other more. And I got it. I got it that a lot of these schools, the first thing they start hollering finances and travel and this, that, and the third. But you don't say that when you go play Iowa State. And I know they're giving you money, but hell, get more than 1,200 people at your home basketball games on a Saturday. How about that? Come on, man.
You know, I beat my son up out there all the time. I say, man, y'all need to be out there. You and your frat brother need to be out there screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Come to the games. Come to the games. Come to the game. AZ got a game. But yeah, man. But I'm telling you, man, I think Sonic Boom say they should have played when Reed was there. Yeah, they could have. They should have.
Yeah.
But it's still, I think because I don't think Jackson State gonna fall down too much. I really look at, man. I'm telling you, look what she's doing. I don't think Norfolk State is gonna fall. And I'm gonna tell you, we need to talk more about. And I was telling people this. We need to talk more about, and I'm gonna be another reason I talk about Norfolk State. Like, we can always find a player at one of them PWIs to brag on.
Mm-hmm.
We need to brag on Diamond Johnson. Diamond Johnson for Norfolk State point guard. She was all ACC. She wasn't on scrub. She left North Carolina State 2 years ago because she wanted to play at an HBCU to go play for Norfolk State. And this season, if I remember correctly, so I'm going to say it, but you can look me up and correct me. She had more 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists than any woman and any girl in the nation. She was she was a 4-star recruit.
Mm-hmm.
She was a starting point guard at NC State.
Mm.
And she wanted to play at an HBCU. Her story needs to be pumped out more by us.
Yeah. You're right.
To let these young folks know you can go to an HBCU and you can succeed. Look what they're doing. Look at Norfolk State. Look what they're doing.
Now you be a lot of y'all follow sports a lot more on the YouTube and stuff. Does the MEAC have like I know they have for football? They have YouTube content creators. Do they have it for basketball?
Not really. Don't really follow it. They don't really follow basketball. I'm gonna be honest. Who do I hear talking about basketball? Jackson State, and I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
G would talk about Alcorn every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and I don't get
really it's Jackson State. I'm being honest. Really it's Jackson State.
Yeah, I mean I don't see any really content creators from Grambling and Southern and now Texas Southern, they do have their YouTube channel. Now we'll give them that they do a lot of interviews but you got to be a Texas Southern fan to know that they're doing it. But you know me, I follow all 12 Swac schools.
Yeah,
so
if I knew they had it, I subscribe to them so I could keep up with what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, Texas. Yeah, you go to Texas Southern Sports and their YouTube channel, and Fairview has one too. But Texas Southern, they really go into detail, and I think they're going more into detail this year because the women are where they at right now. They undefeated in conference play, and that's usually how it is. But they do a real good job. Texas Southern, they live stream more than anybody. Them and Bethune-Cookman. Bethune-Cookman live stream all their home games, but Texas Southern actually does interviews and stuff. Fairview does a little bit. But now, when it comes to content creation, nobody's touching Jackson State in the SWAC. And they have, like I said, you have so many people with Jackson State. It's not overwhelming. To me, it's good. But they got enough people to carry they weight. We got to get people like Maga Valley. We got to get people like Pine Bluff. We got to get these folks on board too.
Yep, I tell them all the time. I tell my homeboy that because, like I say, me and him we talk damn every day. He live overseas, and we talk all the time. So I was like, man, you got to get that. You got to get the Norfolk State YouTube channel pumping, man. You got to get it out there. Yep. Everybody, you got to get it out there.
And see, normally after football season, SWAC YouTube content creators was just gone. This year, and we talked about this a little bit, this year it's becoming more. Now we're becoming more into basketball. Now baseball is coming up. Like I said, I know people don't like baseball, but Hey, that's my favorite sport. So I do a lot more for baseball, just like I do for football. Basketball,
good.
the latest softball. I like I told folks, I said when I start this, when I get into it, it's gonna be, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I stopped doing Mondays because the men play on Monday. I'd rather folks find a game to watch or live stream a game or watch on Monday than sit there and listen to me, because we need more people watching the games. And I've been looking at Texas Southern numbers. They starting to have a couple of thousand people watching their games, the men and women, which is a good thing. Same thing, Bethune has a few hundred. I'm talking about the channels that people can actually access without paying. And like Jackson State, you have to pay. Southern, you have to pay. Valley actually have people watching their games. I mean, they ain't winning nothing, but they have people watching. So I think it's a good thing, though. And the Swac Digital Network, thank goodness that they are. I think they only gonna get better. Now I don't know why they don't allow live comments on their thing, but that's their thing. So like I'm sharing y'all stuff. They don't mind if you share it. I mean, and it's so folks. I like to interact with the audience. I think if you interact with the audience more, it makes more people interested, not only in the game, but what you got to say, and you can hear their opinion of what they have to say. So I think the more interaction that we get, especially I'm talking for SWAC schools, the more interaction that we get amongst each other, I think that draws more people in to watch the game. And right now, Jackson State, if I stream a Jackson State basketball game, Jackson State folks are coming. I'm telling you, and I appreciate it, and that's a good thing. I need these other schools to get involved. I need Southern, I need Grambling, and I'm gonna live stream your games. Y'all come on and sit back, drink you something, and have a good time. So, and Franklin say basketball needs to be balanced out there, scheduled better between PWI and FCS schools. Franklin, totally agree. Totally agree. I just don't understand why your games 1 through 12 is nothing but PWI schools and what they are Power 4 schools and stuff like that. I don't get that. I mean, I understand that's who you're gonna play in the tournament if you make it to the tournament, but you ain't got to play all them schools like that, man. Hell, or make one of them come to your gym.
Yep, make one of them come to your gym. I most definitely agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Franklin say JSU is the standard. Hey, right now, there's nobody on the internet jumping like Jackson State. Folks can get mad when I say this, but that's the truth. Alabama State, Alabama A&M, I barely heard a peep out of y'all in basketball. But when Alabama State beat Southern, their Instagram feed started having all kind of stuff about basketball. Do that when they win or lose, man. Come on, man. When
Florida A&M beat up FAMU, beat Texas Southern, didn't?
Yep. Yeah, that's what I said. I think you missed the beginning of the show. Yeah, the FAMU has turning the corner this at the right time. They starting to peak. But this Saturday, that game between Jackson State and FAMU, I'll be at the baseball tournament, but I'm daggone gonna be watching that score on that thing, man. But if you missed the beginning of the show, Bakar, I had Jamal Bryant on there, and he was talking about Target and DEI, bruh. When that man told me that, now the interview was from a couple of days ago. He did it on that news show that I be on, Let It Be Known. When that man told me that black people spend $12 million a day at Target, I damn near lost it. I ain't never in my life thought black folks would spend that type of money. And is Target that good? I ain't never been in Target. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't go to Target, so I don't even know if they got in there. So, but you gotta go when you get a chance. Go watch the beginning of my show when that man. But I didn't put the whole video on there. But what he said also, Target has 10 distribution centers by HBCUs. I had no idea that either. So you have an HBCU and then not too far from there, you have a Target distribution center. So where's not only the jobs, but the economic impact that it has around that community. I mean, you got to watch it, man. I was floored, though. Sonny Boone said, I don't go to Target much. I've never been in one. I honestly, I thought it was some damn drugstore, but I get, I don't go to them damn stores like that. So
Target tried to be like now because they also have a super Target, so they try to be like Walmart actually.
$12 million a day, bro.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, man. When you hear that number, I'm gonna listen to it, and I want to see where he got that number. Because when you hear that number, that's something we need to talk about too. Why we don't own the businesses in our community.
Well, see, he talked about that too. He said 50 years after the civil rights bill was passed, we still don't have a black-owned store like Target or Walmart.
And that's what I'm saying. So if we can put 12 million, someone just did anybody study how Walmart was how they found the Walmart? You ever studied that story?
Sam Walton? No.
I had to study that in school when I was going to school for business, right? I had to study that, and that was one of our projects, right? And Sam Walton, he owned it. They owned some little 5 and dime stores back in the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted something bigger, but he said he wanted to put something, well, not just but if not where you can afford something nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not too expensive. He didn't have no money. Bro, you read that story, I was impressed.
Yeah.
I said, man, this dude went out to the community. It's in Bentonville, Arkansas. It's the home office.
Uh-huh.
Benton, Arkansas, Bentonville, is Benton. But for a very long time, they had more millionaires per square mile than New York, LA, or Miami in little Bentonville, Arkansas. When that dude went out, he asked the people in that town. He gave them the vision. He told them what he wanted to do. And he said, I ain't got no money. You ain't going to always get paid. But I promise you, when I make it, we all make it. Man, they had people going to work at least 2 days a week, wasn't getting paid nothing.
Wow.
Just to get it off the ground.
Wow.
That's how Bentonville ended up with so many millionaires. Because once he made it, they all made it.
Ain't that something? What's up, Sonic Boom?
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, Sonic Boom?
Nah, I just hopped in to see what y'all discussing.
We talking everything, man, from HBCU sports to Target to supporting each other. I mean, mainly this live it's always about sports, but I love to mix sports with the politics and economic advancement, and that is my main goal because sports bring in revenue. Revenue controls a lot of the economics that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. I read today this past season, Alabama football program brought in $114 million. Now, you don't want DEI at the University of Alabama, but your 98% black football team brought in $114 million.
Mm-hmm.
Explain that to me. How you don't want? They've already said there's no DEI anything in Alabama. I just don't get how you can go to an Alabama school that says no, we don't want DEI, or we're not gonna have it. We signed it into law, but you look out there on the football field, all you see is diversity, and definitely inclusion. So, and then a couple of Alabama fans told me, "Oh, they only there based on merit." I said, "You out your damn mind." I ain't crazy. I know it's some college athletes that had somebody to take their ACT test for.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't crazy. I know it's some of them college athletes. Not all of them. I'm not talking about all of them. A lot of college athletes are in remedial college classes. We know that. I've seen it before. So I don't really buy into that. But that just struck me that you made $114 million off the people that you really don't want at your school. That's just crazy to me. And I'm pretty sure again Alabama has another top 5 recruiting class or something like that. I'm signing day. I was watching ESPN, and I was seeing these kids that was going to Florida State and stuff, and they parents act like they won the lottery. I'm like, man, if your son couldn't play football, you think he was going to Florida State? And Florida State didn't fell off so bad, man. I'm like, man. But look at the revenue that they bring in. It's probably 80 million or more. It's crazy. And here we are, a lot of HBCUs, we struggling to make 3-4 million a game. Think about that. And I seen Travis Hunter talking about his time at Jackson State, that he's always going to be a part of an HBCU. And somebody said something that, and I don't know how y'all feel about this. They
Yeah, I try to bring this up to when I was on with Live with Doc, had somebody always have a comment whenever one of these former players say something like that. But
one of the comments said, well, he never really wanted to go to JSU. He just wanted to be coached by Deion Sanders. I mean, I don't know. I think Jackson State and all SWAC schools now are offering more. They're trying to get Travis Hunters, because at one point in time they wouldn't even look at, when the 5-star recruiting scale came out, they wouldn't even look at a 5-star player. Now they actually trying, so you can't knock them from trying. So the old adage of, well, no HBCU try to recruit me. I seen where the South Carolina was bragging about Sterling Sharp being inducted to the NFL Hall of Fame. I had to remind them, South Carolina State has 4 NFL Hall of Famers. So you bragging about that one, while South Carolina State has 4. So what I'm getting at is, we actually have NFL Hall of Famers from just about every HBCU in the SWAC. Just about every HBCU. I think Alcorn is the only I know off top, which I still think Steve McNair and Donald Driver should be in the Hall of Fame. And no, Alabama State, I don't think they have one, but I know Alabama A&M has John Stallworth. Bethune-Cookman has one, and FAMU has 2. And Texas Southern has Strahan. Fairview, I think, has 1 or 2. And UAPB don't have one. So it's only a few schools don't. Yeah, now Jackson State definitely
with Jimmy Smith.
Yes,
Jimmy Smith should be a Hall of Famer. But yes. Look, I wanted to tell you this though. You talking about Alabama? Texas made $205 million last year. Did you read that article? That building and stuff they shut down. That African American building. As soon as the state of Texas did away with DEI, they shut down the building where African Americans used to hang out at, with African American culture and everything. Like on, let's say, what's today? Wednesday.
Yeah.
The governor said no more DEI in the state of Texas. He said that on Monday. On Wednesday, the building was shut down, but you still got our people running over there.
That's just unbelievable. See, in my lifetime, and I'm around your age, I'm 50. I never seen the type of discrimination that we have in my lifetime, and this younger generation really has never seen it. But we were born at the tail end of segregation. So we never had to experience the all colored schools and stuff. But we never had to go to school where they said, no, you can't have a black this and that either. See what I'm saying? Now you got places that are making multi-million dollars off our labor. That's what your talent is. That's your labor. But you cannot have a club for black people. African American cultural studies is about to be nixed out of the college curriculum pretty soon. They trying so hard, man. But my thing is, that was one of the PWI recruiting tools to African Americans. We have African American studies here. PWIs had African American studies before a lot of HBCUs did. Now they just shut that down. But like you say, hey, they still running over there. Like I told them, I said, man, look at your top 100 black athletes and where you think they go to school at. They damn sure ain't going to HBCUs. They might come down, you know, when they get ready to graduate or they last year or whatever. But for as a freshman, nah. I told them, hey, now I'm not saying just because you're a top 100 or you're a 5-star, you automatically go into the pros. And if you do go to the pros, you may not last long. Hey, this past weekend in New Orleans, I seen a whole bunch of 5-star recruits, a whole bunch of ex-NFL players. And I'm like, damn, dog, a young cat's out of the league. But then again, hey, you get what you, hey, once these universities use you on the PWI level, that's it for you. You can, Cam Newton can go back to Auburn, but Auburn don't want him there. Cam Newton is out of work, can probably be a hell of a quarterbacks coach. You ever think Auburn gonna call him back there? Think about that. And that's what I try to explain to them folks. Look at T.C. Taylor, who went to Jackson State. Jackson State gave him an opportunity. Fred McNair. So you can come back to an HBCU, you went to HBCU, and you can be a coach. Jackson State former coach. Remember Florida State didn't want him. Just saying. I'm just throwing it out there because I see it so much. Terrell Buckley played at Florida State. Why Florida State ain't hire him?
Exactly. Hey, you know something? Speaking of being hired, while we sit around and just wait on one, because we think a lot of our people, when we get to a certain area, we too good for HBCU. We too good to be. Kellen Moore, the old coordinator for Philadelphia. What did he do that Eric Bieniemy and Byron Leftwich didn't do?
Oof.
What did he do?
Oof.
He hasn't done nothing.
Oof.
But in what? 2 days after the Super Bowl, he got a head coaching job. Eric Bieniemy is back to being a running back coach to get back in the NFL. He went from being this great old coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
I think he went to UCLA.
Yeah.
Now I think he back in the league as a running back coach.
I'm going to say this.
Byron Leftwich looking for a job.
I'm going to say this. Andy Reid put the NFL on notice about Eric Bieniemy. He did not understand how Eric Bieniemy wasn't a head coach. Now, I can say that's the only person I ever seen vouch for that guy. You know, the Saints played with Eric Bieniemy, made him do an 8-hour interview, and hired Dennis Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Allen, this is the craziest part. In 4 years coaching in the Raiders, I think that dude averaged, what 3 wins a season? You gonna hire a proven head coach to be a loser instead of hiring the hottest offensive coordinator in the league. Now, what the Saints did, see, the Saints wanted Aaron Glenn. You know something was wrong with that organization when Aaron Glenn, who was a defensive backs coach in the Saints, said, hell no, I go to the Jets. The New York Jets is probably worse than the Jacksonville Jaguars. But Kellen Moore, you do not have Jalen Hurts in New Orleans. I'm telling you now, that's a dumpster fire of a job. But let him go down there and fail. You know why I want him to fail? Because you played with too many black head coaches before in New Orleans. So, hell with you, bro. And I do agree with you. What did he do? Because, look, go back and look at Jalen Hurts. Not his last 2 Super Bowl performances, the last 2 he played in. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes both times. Nobody else will give him credit. And the reason why I tell people I wish Jalen Hurts would have went to HBCU right there out in Houston. His father was a coach, a teacher. Now, to me, folks get mad at me if they want to. He thought he was too good to go to an HBCU at first. He got his moment, that N-word moment, when that man went 25-2 at Alabama. 25 wins, 2 losses, and they put him on the bench. That ought to tell you right then and there that school never gave a damn about you. I've never seen a quarterback go 25-2 and get benched. Can y'all find one? in any sport, in any college, pro, it don't matter. 25-2, no injuries, and you get benched for a mediocre Tua Tyler, whatever his name is. And then once he left there, I said, man, this man, you know, if he go to HBCU, no, went to Oklahoma. Now, what I do like about him, he ain't with that bullshit as of yet. I don't really believe that he's going to be a Patrick Mahomes. Like, Patrick Mahomes, I don't care what nobody say. He act like he ain't one of us. That's just my opinion. Now, he has said some good things about HBCUs, but I don't think he wants to be us.
He ain't one of us.
That his mom, you know, his mama is MAGA and his wife is MAGA. So I think that weighs heavily on him. Now, Jalen, in my opinion, he ain't like that. But I do think that at one point in time, he thought he was better than HBCUs. Because like I tell them folks, man, when you're that talented as that Jalen Hurts was, no matter what school you would have went to, you was going to the NFL. That you had that type of talent.
Tavares Jackson.
Tavares Jackson, yeah.
He transferred from Arkansas to Alabama State. 9-year NFL career.
Mm-hmm. Folks don't want to even believe that. See what I'm saying? I keep telling folks, man, we have the talent, and especially in the SWAC. You know, Frank Wycheck. You know, the HBCUs are having a combine now. I'm upset because Frank White is acting like the combine is the be all that it can be. Because if you run a 4.340, they're gonna look at you. And I'm like, bruh, 4.340s, 4.440s, we got that all day. I don't think that we have to do extra stuff to get to the NFL when you got players that don't even go to a combine, refuse to work out at their pro day, at their schools, and they still going first, second, third round. But an HBCU player has to go to a HBCU combine, a Shrine Bowl, a Senior Bowl. You got to go through so much. And that same player that does not go to those combines and stuff like that, they get on those teams, get money, and then they out of the league in 3 years. So make it make sense to me. But White, you know, Frank Wycheck, I mean, he just so giddy about this combine. I'm like, this just makes no damn sense for you to sit there. I don't like the combine. I don't like to see folks up there on them damn things doing I mean, to me, it just looked like a slave auction. And I understand that you got to do what you got to do to get into the league. But when you up there with your arms spread and them folks looking in your face and mouth like you some damn species, I'm like, no, man, please. You don't have no NBA combine. You don't have no baseball combine. But the NFL is the only one that put them men in their drawers and up on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I understand, and folks, I understand that they have to do this and that, but see, it's more than they're not investing in the person; they're investing in the body. What can your body take as pain, and what can you throw out to hurt somebody? That's just how I look at it. So I don't look at combines. Now, if somebody run a 4.3 or 4.240 or something like that, I might read about it. But for me, sit there and watch this person, this and that. I didn't watch these young men play 3-4 years. I didn't watch them play in their pads. I didn't watch them practice. I don't think a combine, in my opinion, is going to be the be-all.
Yeah. Robert McDaniel should be at the worst a third-round draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
At the worst.
At the
worst.
That
safety cornerback nickel from Jackson State.
Yeah.
At worst, third round.
That young man can ball, man. The tackle from Alabama A&M. That man, in my opinion, the way he played this season, he's a first round pick. But he will probably go in the second or third round. But somebody just like Terrence Armstead, that's going to be UAPB's first NFL Hall of Famer. But he played at UAPB. He was a big dude. He played tackle and guard for the Saints for damn near a decade. He ran a 4.740. Nobody wanted to pick him up. Then once he got to the Saints, that man started for years. It's like they can use us as a commodity. But you get these big 300-pound guys from Alabama or Texas or whatever, ain't worth a damn. But they will go first round, and then once they get there, they realize the speed that they have to go up against. And the NFL is so different. And the SWAC, we used to that. The only thing about the SWAC that I said, which is getting better, our interior offense and defensive line have beefed up so much now. Now it's all about conditioning and strength and training. I see Perry View, they showing their football team. That coach gonna have them in shape. They going through some real workouts at Perry View. I seen Jackson State, they going through some real workouts. Now those are the only two that I've seen actually putting their workout videos on there. They ain't playing. So as we get bigger in that interior, offensive defensive line, and we start get these speed rushers and edge rushers, that's why I hate Alabama's state defensive coach left. Bro, you was building a defense, man, that was holding folks under 100 yards every game.
To go to UAB.
Makes no sense to me.
You know,
Alabama State defense was so damn good. I said, man, this man building something. That's one of the few games that Jackson State running back was held under 100 yards. Think about that.
Yep. You know, Mulligan is a pro.
Yes.
Now Mulligan gonna be in there. You know who Mulligan remind me of? I call him a real Adrian Peterson. I used to be messing with my brother. My other brother, my brother was a Adrian Peterson fan. But you remember Adrian Peterson went to Georgia Southern?
Yeah.
Remember he was overlooked coming into the league. Remember that?
Yeah.
But he had a 9-year NFL career.
Yeah, I'm about to say he played almost 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a 9-year NFL career. But that's who Irv remind me of. That's who Irv remind me of. If you go back and watch some of his college film at the Georgia Southern, then watch Irv. That's who Irv. That's who Irv, and that's good company.
The beard.
That's good. That's good company to be in. Adrian Peterson from Georgia, so that's good company.
I think that the running back position is starting to come back to life in the NFL. Thanks to Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry. Those guys put up some numbers this year. And like they said, Philadelphia was the most quiet. I think at one time it was 10-1, 10-2. And it was because of the run game. So as the run game gets better, you got to look into places like the SWAC that actually has running backs. Most of these other conferences have all switched to wide receivers. Whereas the SEC, Big 12 or Big 10, whatever it may be, it's all wide receivers right now. Most of the recruiting from the PWIs and stuff is linemen and wide receivers. Running backs, they really don't use them or don't know how to use them.
Or whoever the only one that had running backs and this I ain't even watch a lot of their games, but just hearing people the only ones that really used running back, especially this year, was Ohio State.
Yeah. And the thing is, Ohio State, they've always had a running from Eddie George, and you can just Zeke, you can just name them off. They were built to run the football. You see what I'm saying? They built a program of running the football. Michigan was like that also. But, now, you come down south, hey, man, you getting these mediocre quarterbacks throwing to these wide receivers that are running 4.3, 4.4s or catching the old Jerry. I always call it the Jerry Rice, the slants and the 3 and outs and taking the ball 60, 70 yards, 97 yards, whatever it may be. Before it's actually running backs, you got to look. I tell people, look in the SWAC, look at the actual running backs. I said, look at what Mulligan did this year. And just like the cat, he played for the Lions now, Montgomery. I think he come out of one of those. I know he come off the East Coast. I don't know if it was the MEAC or Division II, one of them schools. He came up out of there. But Montgomery, he's quietly working on about a 8-year military, 8-year running back career in the NFL. So we there. It's just, you know, that's why me and White Chick don't get along. I just keep saying we don't have the opportunity. And you cannot keep telling me it's because we don't have the resources and we're too small. That's his biggest stick. Oh, the resources.
Talking about Frank White Chick?
Yeah.
Play with the Tennessee Titans.
That's him. The black dude. Yeah.
You talking about the black? Okay.
The black dude, he didn't play with the Titans. I forgot who he played with, but he has a lot of pull when it comes to the NFL with HBCUs. He's always on HBCU Go and all that stuff. I go back and forth with him all the time because I hate that excuse that we're too small. Oh, we don't have this and that. It's every excuse in the world. But I keep telling him, I'm like, bro, you got 5'10", 210-pound running backs. How is it that the running back from the SWAC don't have this and that, but the running back from the SEC school just have everything? I'm talking about talent-wise. I ain't talking about meal plans and facilities and all that stuff.
Because we don't think we. I'm gonna just. I heard an interview with Tiger Talk, right?
Mm.
What's that receiver from Valley?
That just
transferred. Yes. So Tiger Talk was doing an interview with him. Then he played an interview with some other guy who keep up with Valley, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy was comparing Rembert hands to Rice hands, you know, his hands in a way he can run routes. Of course, he ain't nearly as big as Rice.
Mm-hmm.
But then what he said after that caught me, and I'm like, I guess that wasn't what the Tiger Talk Curry, right? And but anyway, I guess that wasn't him to say nothing because what he said. Because see, I thought he should have asked him, "What do you mean?" Because he was like, "Man, when you sit here and you see this guy the way he can run them routes and good as his hands is, man, you ask yourself, man, what is he doing in the SWAC? Why he ain't in P4?" And I'm saying to myself, like, why didn't you ask him? What do you mean by that?
That's just so discouraging to me to even hear that, man. Because, bro, know what I would have said if I would have been on there? The Mississippi has 2 SEC schools. The SWAC has 3. How many Hall of Famers does those SEC schools have compared to the SWAC schools? Jackson State has more NFL Hall of Famers than Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and USM combined. So tell me again why this guy needs to go to a PWI instead of going to a Jackson State or Valley.
Now it wasn't the guy. It wasn't the guy from Tiger Talk who said it.
No, I'm talking. Yeah, I know that. I'm talking about the guy who said that. Yes,
it was the person. And I'm saying to myself, I'm like, what do you mean? Why is he here?
Why is he here, man, bro? I tell you what, man. That's the lunacy that people live in. That if you go to a PWI, you automatically gonna make it. Okay, you guaranteed to play on CBS or ESPN every week. What does that mean? I got it. They got the contracts. They do have the attendance. But when it comes to talent, I just don't see it. Only thing that I see that's different is those schools focus more heavily on athletics because they understand the athletics can bring in the money. After they get the land grant money that they don't want to give, they don't want to share with too many departments. But that athletic department, whether it's at Ole Miss or Mississippi State, they bringing in bunches of millions of dollars. Other than that, I don't see what's so great about going to those schools. I mean, hell, Ole Miss and Mississippi State, and what have they ever won? When the last time you ever seen them hoist a SEC trophy, or even they don't have divisions anymore. But when they had divisions, I think Mississippi State won a division
once. Ole Miss never won the West.
Yeah,
Ole Miss never won.
Never won.
The guy didn't mean no harm. I'm just looking like, man, why would he say that though? But he didn't. He didn't mean any harm. I don't think. Well, I'm gonna say he didn't. But I still wonder, like, why would he say that? So I'm not trying to say nothing because the interview was good. It was just that one, the whole thing caught me, but then that one stuck out a little bit more because he's like, what is he doing here? Like, why is he here? Now the dude Rembert is good. And I hope he stay at HBCU. I hope he stay at Jackson State. I hope he stay at Jackson State.
Well, hey, I can tell you this.
Got 2 years left.
2 years left. Good luck, man. Because hey, until Congress do something with this NIL, look, these agents, they act like groupies when it comes to these college players now.
You know they're trying to put a cap on it. You know they're working on this. They got a bill. They're trying to put a cap on it where they can't spend more than $22 million, and that's on all sports together. All sports on the campus together can't spend more than $22 million on players. But
can the players go out and get their own outside of the $22 million?
And also now, because what they're also trying to do is, if the players getting $45,000, a minimum of $45,000 a year, they got to pay their own way through college. That is something they was talking about as well.
Damn. Now, hey, now that right there, that's gonna be a game changer. Because a lot of those PWIs, 45,000, that may be only 1 year. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That might be 1 year. I'm talking about books, tuition, and fees, and you ain't you're not be able to use any Pell Grants or student loans or any of that stuff. So that might be a game changer.
You know, of course, you know, neither one of them, neither have passed yet. So
yeah,
but
like I said, until Congress pass a law, like I said, these recruiters, man, they, I mean, agents are coming up in there, and these young men DMs, and they are really coming. Not only just the PWI, they going in HBCUs. But I tell them they going to HBCUs because somebody told them they gonna get that guy. We're gonna put him on the bench. He ain't gonna never play.
Yeah.
like I said, I'm my head is still spinning about the Grambling player. I think I said this before, but you the SWAC Defensive Player of the Year, and you went to go play for South Carolina. And now I think when they said he had a different school, now I believe he left South Carolina.
So I think they say he's at Ole Miss. So let me ask, Philip Webb didn't hit the portal from Jackson State, did he?
Oh, anybody from Jackson State know if Philip Webb hit the portal?
I don't think so. It was.
Oh, okay.
I don't even remember who. Yeah, I don't even remember who all went now. I'm about to go back and look.
I was looking and I ain't never see his name. But the way Ken them was talking, I'm like, they keep saying they're gonna be like Philip Webb and Josh Noble. I'm like, did Philip Webb leave too? I know Josh Noble left. So I was just wondering. The way they were saying it made it, they didn't say he left, but the way they was putting a certain combination together was like, and they're gonna be, and so I was just wondering. They never said that.
I thought Webb was a senior. That's the one.
Now Webb, yeah, he got one more year.
Oh, he got one more year? Oh, I thought he was a senior, my bad. Yeah, I had to think about it. Franklin said the HBCUs can, as a whole, build up their O-line and D-line. Also, when some of their meaningful out-of-conference games can change everything. I agree with you, man. That O-line and D-line, you know. B. Fresh said, well done, he thinks. So, like I said, I know at one point in time, the news station in Jackson, they was tracking the portal for Jackson State, and but that was November. But so I know it changed since then. So it would be, I'd be crazy to try to pull up a list now. And that's another thing with the portal and who stayed, who left. I think that's just my opinion. Folks, SWAC school should put that up. He's staying or gone. And so,
yeah, I just looked it up on they got him as last season he was a senior.
Okay, he said Pacifico said Webb was in Texas at some type of pro combine with Alan Walker. He's done. Yeah, so he going pro. Yeah, I thought he.
And I'm gonna tell you, and I believe Webb. And I believe Webb gonna make it. I believe Webb gonna be in that league too. Webb gonna be in that league. Webb gonna be in that now. Webb gonna be in that league, and Webb gonna be playing.
Yeah. I mean, you had that Jackson State defense was something serious this year. I don't know if anybody can repeat that one again.
Repeat that second half performance.
Man, what they gave up, 16, 17 points in like 7 games, man, total. Man, that's something to see. That was amazing, man. That was amazing, too. I'm like, damn, these folks ain't nobody scoring on this team here, man. And then they carried it on to the HBCU championship game. I think that defense really. So I hope Jackson State folks have documented that. Turn that into a movie. Turn that into a documentary. Seriously, man, because that was something to see. I know I was impressed because I could not wait for that Alabama A&M and Jackson State game. I'm like, this is mano y mano. I mean, defense on defense. And Jackson State defense, that poor little quarterback, man, I feel bad for that dude, man. He had no idea what was coming at him from Alabama State. And Jackson State don't play the radio. When they smell blood, they come. And so that was a good one, man. Man. But brother, we've been on here, man, over 2 hours, man. We're gonna tap on out, man. And hey, I'll see y'all again next Wednesday. Cause like I said, I will be in Houston for the Cactus Jack HBCU tournament, man. But I thank all y'all for coming up, bro. And hey, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button on your way out. And I will definitely see y'all again next Wednesday. All right, man. Brother McCoy, any last word?
I mean, thank you for letting me come up here and speak, man. Y'all hit that like button and share.
And what time you gonna live tomorrow, brother?
When I get off work.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it to you.
All right, then.
I'm gonna send it to you. No, it'll probably be between, because I know Jackson State women got a game tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to beat the game. I want to beat the game by like a couple hours. So I'm gonna get on there. I'm gonna do the curious case of Kurt Flood.
Okay.
So we can talk about what he did in his, because we like to talk about what we did in our what we gave to this country. And as much as we love sports, it should nobody be talked about no more than Kurt Flood, bro. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion.
That's true. I can't wait to watch it. I will be tuned in. Sonic Boone, you got any last words, brother? All right, man. All right, well, once again, thank y'all, man. And I thank y'all for watching. And like I said, man, you can check Brother Bakari out, and you can also check me out. What's this thing at? Monday through Friday on the coolest black radio station. Let it be known on YouTube. That's me and Mr. Cool Stacey Brown, Monday through Friday, 6:30 Central Time. Sometimes they let me on there to talk. And when they let me on there to talk, I'm talking about HBCUs and I'm talking about Swac Sports. But thank you all for joining, man. And hey, make sure, man, hey, all these games and stuff coming up, if you can't attend the game, make sure you buy 2 tickets and send somebody to the game, man. Until then, y'all have a good night. And Galloway out.
Yeah. Hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and crumb allowances, finessing on them with some counterfeits, but now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accounting notes, in fact I'm counting this. You say with my food, they taste like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie girl with my base stuff. I know that it's good, but you say that on my taste buds. I get way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down, we playing temperatures. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem, you just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still got Mercedes phone. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest phone. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. There's levels to it, you and I know.